Alright.
25.
Maybe I'll sit up because I'm too tall. I have to sit back.
Yeah, you might be too tall. I like sitting up. Just
I think we balance it out. Maybe a little shorter.
I feel like I'm talking right with you right now when I'm up here, up close. It's like I'm cutting a promo. 25 Sleighs of Christmas.
25 Sleighs of Christmas.
Sleigh 17.
It's Sleigh 17, and for Sleigh 17, we found you a new one. 2020 Fatman.
Fatman starring Mel Gibson. And the guy, I believe he was in Twister.
I don't think he was in Twister.
No,
you're thinking of Bill Paxton or whatever. He's dead.
No, I'm not thinking Bill Paxton. I'm thinking that guy might have been in Twister.
Doubtful.
We're going to look it up after.
We will. His name's Walton Goggins. He's been in a lot of things. And, man, he played such a, as he does so well, he played such a scene-stealing weirdo.
He did. Very, very excellently.
So break down Fatman for the people.
Fatman, okay, so basically Mel Gibson's Santa Claus in this movie. Santa Claus just...
And if that doesn't fucking get you to watch this movie, then you're not gonna watch this movie.
Just think if they did Santa in real life, how Santa would be. Obviously, the Apple and all these people are with their little factories over in China and shit, taking that business away from Santa Claus, but he wants to keep that Christmas joy alive. He decides to make a contract with the U.S. Army to make some weapons I think control panels or some shit.
Specifically, it was control panels for drones.
In the off season, we also get to meet this little kid. I already forget the kid's name, but he's a little shit.
Yeah.
He decides you get to know really quickly that this guy's just a fucking dick. He gets a lump of coal for Christmas, obviously.
As he should.
And he decides, I think I want to place a hit on Santa Claus because the fat man needs to pay.
Same kid, and as usual, spoilers. The same kid at the very beginning of the movie is in a science fair and gets runner-up. I mean, he gives a call to the hitman guy, brings his little girl classmate over to threaten her life with some jumper cables. I mean, he's in junior high or some shit.
Probably younger, yeah. He looked like he's in like 5th or 6th grade.
He's a little sociopath, for
little
sure.
Shithead. Just a straight-up little shit. And yeah, man, I really enjoyed this movie, though. Because that's like the gist of the movie. That's where it kicks off. They get this hitman. He's going to go after. He's looking for Santa Claus. Obviously, Santa Claus is going to be hidden. He ain't going to just put his address up out there. And the movie kicks off. I thought this movie was pretty fucking dope as far as a Christmas movie goes.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially
this one scored high on my Christmas scale for sure.
Especially Mel Gibson being in it. Like, I'm not usually the biggest Mel Gibson fan. I would say more so his real life personality more so than his acting abilities. Dude can act his ass off, and I thought he did great in this as like an older, grittier Santa Claus. One that is not about to take no shit from nobody.
Well, and I love a movie that says, here are the rules of our world, and this is how it works. And this is one of those movies for sure, where it's like, this is a world where Kris Kringle is a very real person.
Right.
Elves are a very real thing, and like they handle it so well. Like this is the most realistic take on the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this movie so great. Is like it plays it with such a straight face. Like it's not a joke. Like this movie, like yes, it's like funny. It's meant to be like this sort of satire of sorts, but like it's not. They play it very seriously. They're like, Kris Kringle's a real guy. He's in financial straits because there's a lot of naughty people out there these days. So he's not producing as many presents, and he's not getting paid by the government as much because he's not making as many presents. So he's got to turn to making weapons. To me, I definitely felt very real. I loved all the actors in this movie. I think Mel Gibson might be one of my favorite Santa Clauses I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, and I even pointed out while we were watching this one, it does show you like the real life Christmas season, in my opinion, and what's kind of happened since when I was a kid and how Christmas was up until now. Like, a lot of people say the spirit is dead, and all this shit, and I feel like Mel Gibson one day had these same thoughts, like, fuck Christmas, the spirit's dead. I want to make a movie about this to, like, kind of maybe inspire people, maybe show, like, Santa Claus, because he's kind of, like, fuck Christmas throughout most of the movie too, and then gets his
he's not so holly jolly there at first. He's pretty down. He's pretty down and out. I mean, fuck, he gets shot by some kids with a deer rifle. They shoot his sled because they see his sled and they shoot Santa.
I mean, I probably would too if I had a gun and saw something like that flying across the sky.
And that's something I love, that Santa's just this low key superhuman. Just is straight up has been like talk about these things, but they never like get into it. So that it's so subtle. Like the fact that he just knows everybody.
Yeah.
Like I like that. I love the fact that he always knows everybody. He knows everything about everybody. He's super strong. He has a healing factor like Wolverine. I mean, he gets shot on Christmas Eve night.
Yeah, and the next day
taking the toys, and it's like 24 hours later, and he's like, it's just like a purple like wound. He's healing up, and there's a lot of that. I mean, the way this movie ends, I was like, holy shit!
I think this is one of those endings that we should just let people watch. I don't think I at all want to spoil this one.
I think that's fair. I was shocked. I was definitely shocked. I loved the ending.
I did too. This had a solid ending to the movie. Definitely built up throughout the whole movie. Because obviously you got this hitman going after Santa, so you're getting his side story. You're getting the Santa story.
Yeah, the hitman has a little bit of a vendetta himself against Santa to begin with. And the guy that I like to watch on YouTube that reviews stuff, he dug this movie too, and he said that personally he thought they could have just taken the kid out of it altogether. And they could have, and honestly, the hitman would have had his own reasons to do it. And I agree with that,
I mean, I do too.
I think the kid brought a little something more to it, I guess, especially where the ending is concerned.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think the kid was needed for the overall moral of this movie and lesson that this movie was kind of trying to tell you by the end of the movie, which was a pretty fun one, I thought, man.
Yeah,
like I said, I think this one's just one of those I just got to feel as bring back that Christmas spirit, bring back how the holidays kind of used to be, but it kind of points out the capitalism and consumerism that we made this holiday to be ourselves, because that's really what it is. And that's like what he was saying at the beginning of the movie, it's like Santa, people are naughty, you're giving them coal, you're not giving them toys, so they're not happy, and they're not driving up the markets, and the economy's not doing good.
He's like, I can't help that these kids are naughty.
And it's really not on him. And they're like, yeah, we know this, and we know it's not really your fault. You're doing all you can. Yeah. So it's solid, man. I thought this was solid shit.
I really like. You know what? As I was watching it, I realized I said during Krampus that we peaked, and I don't think I'll be scoring this. I don't think anything's going to be scoring higher than Krampus, but I definitely really, really enjoyed this one. I don't believe we had peaked with Krampus. What a pleasant surprise for 2020.
Yeah.
And it felt like a very 2020 Christmas. It felt like the Christmas movie 2020 needed.
Yeah, I think so too.
For sure.
Yeah, I wonder if they didn't decide to film this earlier this year. Man, we need to put this one on.
Even if they didn't, there is a moment in it that is very relevant to where Mrs. Claus says to him, after this year, we all could use a good Christmas or something. Yeah. After the year we've been having or everybody's been having a hard year this year or something like that, and it's just okay, even if this wasn't intended to be 2020, it still hits at the end of 2020 watching this and
really good,
and knowing that even Santa Claus has had a hard time. It's just
the struggle is real.
Yeah,
that's pretty much all it means, man.
And I loved the realism of it, and I love that even though this one definitely is the one on our list that is not a horror movie.
Nah.
Straight up, there's no stretch about it. This one is what would you call it? An action movie, I guess?
I'd call it action/thriller.
Like an action thriller, I suppose.
So. I definitely would. That's the only gripe I would have had out of this movie.
It's like a Hitman movie.
A little bit more action maybe would have went more for me, but I think...
But I felt like it like I said, it scores very high for me on a Christmas scale. It's definitely a Christmas movie first and foremost.
Yeah, it is. And it's to me... Yeah, if you if Die Hard is on your Christmas list, this definitely should be on your Christmas list.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no joke at all. I feel like this is the exact same genre type thing. This is a new Christmas movie.
Yeah, this feels like a new Christmas classic. This one definitely feels I got some that I would add to my 25 Sleighs, but this one definitely goes along with Krampus as a seasonal tradition. I mean, I think I'll be watching this next year as well.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one I'd like to chill and watch on Christmas Day. I feel like I might have to do that.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I think this one, I'm going to have to go out and buy this one. I'm going to have to add this one to my collection.
I fucks with that. So what are you scoring this one, bud?
I'm going to say an 8.5. Like I said when we were watching it, I had my mind made up on an 8, and then the ending came, and it went up a 0.5. It was pretty solid, and had it went a little differently, it could have gotten... Good Lord, with this shit. It could have got a 9.
No, yeah, I agree. I think the same, man. I was going to go with 8.5 for this movie. I enjoyed the whole thing. It didn't feel like it was too long, like it drug on or nothing like that. And I agree with what you were saying. Could have been probably a 9, maybe a little higher, had they stuck the ending a little more sinister. Because that's how I am. I like non-happy endings and shit like that.
It definitely would have probably been the most shocking ending of anything we'd watched.
It definitely, yeah. So, like, honestly, if you
I was shocked that they even did what they did. So that's what got that 0.5.
Yeah.
And had they gone farther with it, like I said, it would have been more shocked, would have got another 0.5.
And if you've seen this or watch it, man, hit us up and let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you thought.
Because I would like to know what more people think about the end of this movie. I like he was saying, I think so too. We were both sitting here like, what the fuck? Oh shit! Cool. So if you do watch it or you have, hit us up, man. We're all over the place. We're on Spotify, Anchor, Facebook, YouTube, obviously. So just shoot us a line, man. We'll always respond.
We're everywhere. You better watch out.
You better not pout. But you can if you want to, because I don't give a shit. We'll slay you later. We'll see you tomorrow with some more freshness.
That's right.